Hello, everyone. This is a review of the Fisher-Price Great Adventurer pirate ship. This is the start of the second main series of Great Adventures, which is, as you can obviously tell, the pirates. Um, Within this, we'll go over what the ship does, what the guys are, my experiences with it, and so yeah. First things first, and I'm just going to show you now. We'll show these guys in more detail, but I have two of these guys. And you're saying, well, gee, Tommy, the actual set doesn't come with two of those guys. Well, my set did not come with this guy. It didn't come with this guy. I had to get this guy from a friend who who had the pirate ship, and I said, can I have him? And he said, yeah, sure. You know, I'm not going to do anything with him. And so my set came with two of this guy here. And I have always just now considered this other guy as part of the crew, and so he and his twin, they are part of the crew. One of my experiences with this set is I recall I got it for one of my birthdays, and I got it's the Bluebeard pirate set before I actually got the pirate ship, and I was like, well, I don't have the pirate ship, you know, like I guess I can try to figure out some sort of a way to include the pirate guys with the castle guys, and then of course I got the actual set here, but yeah, let's go ahead and let's have a look at each of these guys and each of these items here, and we'll go from there. So we are starting first off with the figures for the set. It comes with 5 guys, and again, in my case, due to the other guy, we're looking at 6. And one of the things, and I'll definitely explain more as we go here, but I must have misread the box as a kid, and in fact, that's exactly what happened, because I have reread what the box says, and it does not say what I'm about to say. So with the castle, with the kings, you push down on the kings' heads, right? You push down on the kings' heads, and their arms move. Well, on the box, it was advertising like this captain's arms moving up and down, and I was like, well, clearly that's the same thing. That's the same thing. And no, they're just showing you that their arms can move up and down. So not really so much one of the features. So yeah. And of course, we got these two guys here. I know I've said this about 500 times now, that my set just came with 2 of them. It just came with 2, and but they have these hand cannons. One of the nice things about the pirate series is that all their guys are pretty uniquely different. Like even if you were to color swap some of these guys, they're all different. However, I guess the kind of bummer part about this is throughout the pirate series, you are going to see a lot of guys that have the same build. Like for the captain that I was showing, and I'll show them again here, but for the captain, like there's like, I don't know, like 9 different captains. They all have the same build, all have the same overall, look to them, but they're just different colors. So one captain might have a black hat and purple shirt, while the other one might have a blue hat and a yellow shirt, but they're all the exact same build. They're all the exact same mold for it. They're just different color swaps. And so one of the things, I always liked this guy. As a kid, he always looked the most like he was a actual pirate. Has a eye patch and a knife in his hand. This sword here. Yeah, always liked him. And then real quick, and I'll put him on the little stand, see if you can see that. This guy, his paint is coming off on his hook. Well, in my games, that was always blood. And so, you know, sorry. And and so, yeah, just these guys, these figures, they're all unique figures. However, as you will see, they will start to be recycled over and over again. Some of the other things that the pirate ship did come with are, it might have, is that going to stay on there? It might have came with more than 2 cannonballs, but I got a lot of cannonballs, and sometimes I don't care enough to like get all of them and just like, all right, I just got to prove a point. I'm taking this one off. You can see here, there's this little like little patch on it. I can tell these are pirate cannonballs because pirate cannonballs look like this. There is actually a red Wild Western Town cannonball that looks like this one, but I know for a fact these are pirate cannonballs. I'm telling you, I can recognize which cannonballs go to which, for the most part. And then comes with this little stool here. And this little, what shows up all that well on my screen, this little chest. You can't open up this chest. A lot of the other chests in the pirate series you can open up and there is gold in them, but this one you cannot. And then little telescope here. Yeah, so fancy. And then probably what is the crowning jewel of this set, this little boat. This is not my original. Actually, my original, the grappling hook, which I will show you here in just the next minute, has long been broken off. So on eBay, I actually bought 2 of these in case one were to break. And so this really is probably one of the more fun parts. I'll show you in the actual set, but you can use these to hook them on to the pirate ship. But you just hit this baby here, yeah, and launches off. Does its thing. Lots of fun for it. So let's go ahead and have a look at the actual ship itself. All right, let's go ahead and have just a more in-depth look of the actual ship itself. Now, as the series go, there's always the main, well, I'm just going to call it flagship set. You know, if it's the Great Adventure Castle, the castle is the big set. And then for like this other castle categories, Magic Castle is a big set. Wild Western Town is the big set. There's always like the big set, and the pirate ship here is the big set. And I'm just going to tell you now, I think it's the weakest of all the big sets. Don't understand me. I love this set. This set has many great memories, but I do think it's the weakest, and I will explain as we go. But I'll also make sure to show the things that I do like. So one of the things, and again, I had carpet growing up, so I never got to use this feature ever. But if you had harder floors, I mean, I guess you could go in the kitchen, but if you had harder floors on the bottom, and I'm going to try to show you here, the wheels would go up and here. I'll try to show you here. Is that showing? It would go up and down, and so what it was supposed to do, it was supposed to emulate, and I know you can't see it, but you can, as you're steering it, it's supposed to emulate waves. So the thing's supposed to go up and down, so it kind of bobs a bit for it, which is kind of a cooler feature. Let's go ahead and take this off and just kind of explore here. So with the Great Adventure pirate ship here, you're probably saying to yourself, Tommy, this set is major dirty. Yeah, well, you know, it's also major old. I did try to get it cleaned up, but yeah. In terms of the sales, I actually bought new sales for the day these ever just don't work. One of them like broke a long time ago, so it's super glued onto it. So the features of the pirate ship, it does have a couple of different. It does have a couple of different things. Here, pull this baby out, and your guys can walk the plank. You know, of course, you know. Oh, yep, he just fell in. He got devoured by sharks. So that does come out, and that's always a fun feature. On the other side here, you got your anchor, and it comes out. I'm always so hesitant to pull this thing up because like the set is old, and I don't want it just to break, but it does come out for that, and get your crow's nest here. I mean, if you wanted to really move it up and down, you certainly can. But these little hook, not hook, but kind of pegs. You know, you can put your guys there. You can have your guys up on these ropes. Of course, this thing will spin. And I'm sure you guys can all guess what this thing is you pull back on this and boom, there's the infamous Great Adventure cannon. The cannon itself is fine. There are some issues with it. I mean, first things first, we'll go ahead and fire it. Boom. So there are some issues with it though. Okay. Before I get to them, let me just kind of open this thing up. You can store other cannonballs here. You can store other things. You probably can't see it, but there's a little gold thing there. That's a Lego coin that like fell in where the hole for the screw, and it's been there ever since. It's just now part of the set. So here's one of the problems with the set though, and it's like really like, huh. So let's say you're like, oh yeah, we're playing we're journeying on the high seas, and you got several of your guys here, and they're like pull out the cannon. Oh, all right, sir. And these guys all just fall off. Heck, I'm shocked these guys didn't fall off of the actual ship. And so if you were on this, you're like, all right, we all got to move out of the way. And anyway, yeah. I know you're probably saying to yourself, gee, Tommy, that's a really weak point here. But it did always bug me a bit. One of the things here is you have your captain's cabin. And the captain's cabin, make sure I get enough room. Let's see. Here, there we go. Captain's cabin does have room to do stuff in here. I'll have to show you more pictures on my actual website where the adventure never ends.com. There is a little bed here, and of course, if you wanted to, you could put your captain inside here, and yeah, just a little just a little bit of fun for it. And then I was showing you earlier, and I'm going to try to do it just with the one handle. This thing does not ever want to shut anymore. I really have to put some force to it. And now that I'm holding this with one hand, it might not be doable. But I was trying to tell you earlier that if this thing were shut, I mean, it's working here now, but come on, get on there. If the thing were shut, you could put it on. You could put this other little boat on there. What are they called? A dinghy? Is that the name? So, in my opinion, the pirate ship looks cool. You know, it does some cool pirate ship things, but at like the end of the day, it's still a pirate ship. You know, okay, I'll have to put that thing back on it at some other point, but it's still a a pirate ship. And the weak points of this set are that because it's a pirate ship, there's not a lot you can do with it. I'm just trying to think here what else I would do. Maybe having more like various goofball traps, like maybe like a plank on the ship is loose, and kind of like the Wild Western town, you can get it flipped up and guys will fly up. Something of the sort. One of the things too, and for a big, and again, I'm calling it a flagship set, it doesn't come with any bad guys. It doesn't come with any bad guys for it. And like again, let's say this is the only set that I actually have, and there's no one to fight. Now, the other argument here for, and I 100% understand this, who are they going to be fighting? You know, like, don't you want to have two ships so each bad guy can have like their own ship? Like, do the bad guys just like live on the ship? Yeah, that's a valid point. You know, that's a valid point. So, I get it where they're coming from with these things, but I do think that it is the weaker of the sets, but it doesn't mean it's any less awesome. It's just not as awesome as the other sets. So, I think I've covered everything for. I'm trying to just look around, make sure I didn't forget anything, didn't fail to tell you about anything, and so I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, as always, please visit my site for more of this stuff. Where the adventure never ends.com, and I will see you guys next time.